Ladies and gentlemen, I hope this doesn't happen. And I'm simply speculating as to what could possibly take place. I'm not predicting anything. I'm not telling you that it's going to happen, and I hope it doesn't happen. Because it would be a tragedy and a travesty in terms of justice in this country. But this is the Hill. McGahn to sit for closed-door meeting. Closed-door interview with House Democrats, and then MSNBC. Potential Trump indictment moves closer with McGahn. Agreement to testify to Congress. Politico, how Palm Beach is preparing for a possible Trump indictment. Does he deserve to be indicted? No. Did he do anything criminal? No. Have they been going after him for 4 years because they just despise his personality? Yes. Should they have indicted a person who had top secret and special access program intelligence on servers running outside of the United States government, private servers for 4 years? Yes. They're looking at whether he obstructed justice in an investigation that should never have been started. I'm speaking of the Mueller probe and Crossfire Hurricane. Anyone with a functioning brain cell knows that they shouldn't have investigated Trump. There was not a shred of evidence that Trump paid money or communicated in any way or had any involvement or colluded with Russia. Not a shred of evidence aside from a dossier they purchased and a high to moderate confidence assessment that Clapper and others fabricated. And then a third-party tech firm they outsourced helped indict 18 Russian intelligence officials, but that was the only thing in the indictment. There wasn't a shred of evidence from the United States intelligence community. Read the indictments. Simply pointing to James Clapper or a clandestine organization or a spy chief is not evidence. They were wrong with the Bay of Pigs, Gulf of Tonkin, WMD. They're wrong with Facebook ads and Trump. They can't find one person who swung their vote from Clinton to Trump. So, hit subscribe to this channel right now. I used to be the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, according to the Huffington Post, and the unofficial scribe of Sanders' most hardcore voters, according to the Washington Post. I support President Trump now because I want Americans out of never-ending counterinsurgency conflicts. President Trump on May 1st, 2021, negotiated a deal to get us out of that region of the world forever. Of course, Biden is keeping us there forever. Or indefinitely, I should say. He says September, but I don't trust him. That is the greatest moral dilemma we face as a country. That's another issue altogether. Do I think he'll get indicted, Trump? I don't know. I don't think he deserves to be indicted. I think that they're trying to find something to get him on. They are trying as hard as they did to cover up Madam Secretary's top secret and special access program intelligence on servers running outside of the United States government, private servers where she deleted 30,000 plus emails without government oversight. Her attorneys deleted very likely classified and top secret or no, classified information or government records, which is a crime. James Comey said there was no intent. It was not for him to say. That's why he was originally terminated by, what's his name? The second in the DOJ, who then, because after Jeff Sessions recused himself. I mean, Trump has gone through so much. Some of it, look, if he, in hindsight's 2020, the reason he's at this position right this second is because he turned his back on Michael Flynn. He should never have done that because that opened the floodgates for everything. He didn't know. I mean, he was living everything real time. Hindsight's 2020. Are they going to indict him? I don't know. I don't think so. But they could. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. You could read my writing in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, The Daily Caller, other publications. Go to hagoodman.com if you want to support my voice via Patreon. To my new Patreons, thank you. They're going to try to either indict him on his taxes, which have not led to anything. It's been 3 months now. If there's a glaring issue, well, what I'm saying is they could actually indict him on a charge, whether it's obstruction with the Mueller probe or taxes, simply to, harm him in terms of public relations, which won't, I would vote for President Trump again. He negotiated a deal to get us out of our longest running counterinsurgency conflict and military endeavor and war in Afghanistan. He completely unraveled about 16 years of failed foreign policy between Bush and President Obama. It's a pretty amazing accomplishment. First president to step foot in North Korea, to begin détente between North and South Korea. Abraham Accords, which we're seeing right now, was very important. And we're seeing right now the repercussions of Trump leaving office in many ways. Allocated more funding to historically black colleges and universities than any president ever. Signed prison reform legislation. We had record low unemployment throughout about half or over half of his tenure. Chose tariffs instead of the TPP, which is the way to go, which is what steel companies wanted. There were all these articles, the steel industry is hurting. The steel CEOs wanted him to implement tariffs. Okay? And they still do. The union still does. In fact, the AFL-CIO sided more with Trump, even though they sold their soul to the Democratic Party. They sided more with Trump on major issues like tariffs, even though they always, side with Democrats. But anyway, I'd vote for Trump, even if he was indicted, because they're just trying to find something to indict him on. They have nothing. They sold their souls to protect Madam Secretary, who deserved an actual indictment. If you watching right now had top secret intelligence on your own computer, you would be arrested without any bail, and you would await a trial, and you'd very likely be convicted if you had top secret intelligence, even if you had nothing to do with it. Madam Secretary had special access program intelligence, top secret intelligence, and then the SAP intel was even more classified than top secret. And she sent emails and received emails that were marked classified when they were sent and received. This is according to James Comey. I mean, forget about that. Hunter Biden, President Biden's son, has emails that are incriminating. How can you use your influence on behalf of the company that hired him? Why? They're going after Giuliani for what technically they should go after Biden's son for. They are Look, they want retribution. They want revenge. You understand? They want revenge. 8 minutes and 53 seconds into this. This is why you should subscribe to this channel. They want revenge. They want retribution. This man single-handedly dismantled 16 years of foreign policy. Do you understand the Orange Menace? Cheeto Mussolini dismantled 16 years of foreign policy that was endless quagmires, horrible atrocities resulting from our, the road to you-know-where is paved with good intentions. We backed arms deals. We backed rebels. It never worked out. We removed despots. It never worked out. It was worse after we implemented our foreign policy in that region of the world than had we done nothing. Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld did the worst thing possible to this planet or to that region of the world and created more adversaries than less, more enemies than less. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. They want retribution. They want retribution. What do you want? They want retribution. They might find something. And then it'll be the trial of the century. And Trump will win. I have no clue. I hope not. I hope not. And also, look, Trump knows, as a former president, a lot. A great deal. He probably knows more than they think he knows. So they might be, weary or concerned with possibly going after him, because once Trump Republicans take over the Republican Party, payback's a you-know-what. Give me your thoughts below. It's all over now. Oh, he's going to be indicted. If they indict him, it'll be for retribution. It'll be a miscarriage of justice. They are simply fishing for something like they did with the Mueller probe, which was a complete farce. They found nothing with hush money, nothing with Trump collusion with Russia, which never happened. Russia collusion never happened. Not one vote was altered by Facebook ads. Tell me a Facebook ad. I'd love to hear a Facebook ad that altered, one vote. They have nothing on his tax returns because the IRS had his tax returns for years and years, and there was nothing leaked. Don McGahn and Trump Russia should never have been investigated because it was an example of the peaceful transition of power ending when President Obama went after Trump. The intelligence community is highly politicized always, and they're usually wrong about grandiose things. Okay? So they went after Trump, and you can't do that in terms of domestic politics. Democrats sowed the seeds of what's going on right now. It's Democrats who created this world, this political world we live in. Will Trump get indicted? I don't know. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe.